Maureen, thank you very much. It's been an absolutely wonderful experience attending the AGA. There's been some changes in leadership.
So for the AFRAA leadership, the executive committee for the year 2026, we have the chairman as Kenya Airways, the first vice chair is Tunis Air, and second vice is Rwanda Air. And for the AFRAA presidency, this is going to Fly Gabon. So the CEO of Fly Gabon is the president of AFRAA for the year 2026.
Fantastic. And that means the 58th General Assembly is going to be in Libreville.
Yes, Libreville, Gabon. We have already announced the date, 15th to 19th of November 2026.
Also on the event schedule for 2026, you've got an MRO event.
We have introduced a new event, which is the MRO event. We call it the African MRO. It's not just an AFRAA event per se. We are organizing it with the 4 AFRAA members MROs. We have Egypt Air Maintenance and Engineering, Kenya Airways MRO, South African Airways Technical, and Ethiopian MRO. So together we are partnering for the staging of this event, and the host MRO is Ethiopian Airlines. Dates 29th to 31st of March next year. In fact, one of the things that was talked about during the summit, and that was yesterday as well as today, we had on the OEMs roundtable, one of the key calls to action was, can we have the MRO ecosystem a forum to discuss how we can navigate and address the supply chain issues and have that MRO support within Africa, because we need to create a sustainable MRO base for the African airlines.
That definitely came out quite clearly, and again this morning when you had the OEMs, yes, that was a definite call to action, so it's wonderful that that's going to be rolling out. What are your thoughts, having done 2 days on a really good event? What are your key takeaways?
Oh, the event has been heavy on the discussions, but I'm happy that we've gotten some key points and key actions that are coming out from both yesterday and today. The event was staged under the theme Sustainable Skies, Connected Africa. And out of that main theme, we looked at how we can make airlines more resilient, how we can support airlines. So the CEOs roundtable yesterday, the CEO and the CEOs on panel and Airbus were discussing on how we can create resilient airlines, radical strategies that can transform African airlines. So we looked at the challenges and how we can address those challenges. The OEMs roundtable was looking at tough decisions that airlines need to take and OEMs to support airlines. And I can look at the 4 key take-homes on the assembly. The discussions was, for airlines to be sustainable, they need the right fleet. They need to have the right fleet at the right pricing, at the right financing support, on the right regulatory support environment, because we see there's a lot of regulation fragmentation. And they also need to have a right support base for the aircraft, because we have heard both yesterday and today of the supply chain issues that airlines are being faced by, and it's causing a lot of challenges, because the high cost environment and airlines being projected only to make $1.2 per passenger this year. We need to see how can we even safeguard that, because if we don't address those challenges, that $1.2 is going to be less.
No, absolutely. And I think I'd probably add another pillar to that, and that's, the right aircraft at the right time.
Yes.
Because of the lead times.
Yes. It was actually mentioned that airlines need certainty that they will get that aircraft delivered at the right time. And it's right aircraft for the right route, right network. It's very important. The other take-home was on connectivity, intra-Africa connectivity. We need to change the approach we are making progress, yes, but it's slow. But can we look at having more specific tangibles? So we create what we call the African Icon, Forum for Africa, where we have the regulators, we have the airlines, we have the airports sitting together on how we can discuss route development, how we can also discuss bilateral air service agreements, and also for the SATAM, it's an elephant. Can we eat it in bite-sized pieces? Eventually, we shall eat the whole elephant. We can't get there in 1 day, in 2 days. We need to take it step by step. Yes. Then another take-home approach is on the intra-Africa connectivity. We've seen challenges being faced by delegates, and the government of Angola was giving their hub strategy, how they are transforming the industry. We had got 4 secretaries of state who are there with us to really debunk what the government of Angola is doing. Because yes, indeed, the connectivity to Angola and the ease of access, we have non-physical barriers. Yes. They are there, but there is some progress. And they showcase to us that there's a lot of work going on behind the background. So we want to really urge governments to take that approach, step by step, collectively, to alleviate the non-physical barriers, to open up the African market for Africans. It's another very important take-home. And then the last take-home is AFRA's focus for the year 2026. We have a new strategic plan. Yes, very important. So the new strategic plan of AFRAA, which was very much appreciated by the delegates, we looked at the main pillar is sustainability. That's the key word. Sustainable African Airlines, how do we achieve that? We have the free route airspace, we talked about it. We are already now, this year we have achieved the Western and Central Africa, being AFRAA region. So the action plan, the focus is now, can we take this to Eastern and Southern Africa region? Yes. And the impetus is on us as AFRAA and the project management team. So that will be our focus, because from the free route airspace, savings are huge on the time, on the cost of fuel reduction, and also on the carbon emissions reduction.
Have you made this strategic plan publicly available yet?
It's not a public document per se, but the highlights are available publicly. For example, the presentation made by AFRAA Secretary General will be made available to all delegates, and it has the highlights of that report.
Yes. Because I know it was mentioned, but I was concerned that we hadn't gone into enough detail around it.
But the highlights, we are sharing them publicly. What are the key pillars? And this is what is going to guide us for the next 5 years, 2026 to 2030.
All right. So the main goal out of the end of that strategy?
The main thing is to ensure that we have sustainable African airlines that are thriving, and also a sustainable association that is able to drive forward the voice of African airlines. Because we see it's important to have a strong association that can lobby and advocate for its member airlines, and at the same time, the airlines need to be sustainable and thrive. So that's our key focus areas. Now, to the tangibles, based on the items I've mentioned, those are the things that will help us to get there. But the main focus is sustainable African airlines and a strong association that can be the voice of African airlines. That's AFRAA.
So you certainly have done that in terms of gearing yourselves as the voice.
Yes.
What more needs to be done to really strengthen the association?
To have AFRAA being recognized as the lead when it comes to airline representation in Africa, because that recognition that AFRAA is the lead is what is going to help that AFRAA can be heard by governments whenever we make a heed to a call of action. So to strengthen the association is one of the items that we are focusing on, and to really how to get there, there's a lot of tangibles that we need to do, but AFRAA is overall going to be the lead when it comes to the African Airlines representation.